Joe, how do you feel about starting the show out talking about religion and how I'm a bad Christian?
I'm fine with it. But you shouldn't be
Excellent.
hard on yourself.
No, I didn't decide that I'm a bad Christian. Somebody else decided I'm a bad Christian, and I don't believe them, but they're very adamant that I'm a pretty horrible person, and I want to talk to you about it because well, you know, we know who your boss is.
Yeah.
So I'm on several different dating apps, talking to people, you know, trying to meet the love of my life. And I come across this one girl on Facebook dating. Which Facebook dating is still weird to me. Not a big fan of how
it's such a strange idea to me. But
yeah, like
it also feels like the definite end point of a thing that was basically hot or not.
It's pretty much what it is, exactly. But the one problem I will say I do have with Facebook dating is that when you like somebody on Facebook dating, after you swipe right or you press the little heart or check mark, whichever one it is, I can't remember because I'm also on Bumble, and I think that's a different like icon. Anyways, as soon as you like somebody, it's gone. You don't remember that person.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Like you could send them a message, but you have to like click on one of the photos that's in their profile. It's not like send a message at the bottom where Bumble is just like a swipe left or right and the woman makes the initial contact.
Right.
So there's goofy things to it. I mean, it's cool that they do it. I understand why they do it because it's like it's trying to centralize a lot of things into one area. And it's like, hey, why go to Plenty of Fish or OkCupid or Bumble or eHarmony or Christian Mingle or it's all in one.
Right, farmers only.
So, farmers only, yes, yeah. I think there's like a silver lining one for like people over 50. Shit like that. Yeah, that's real. I think it's actually called silver lining.
That's amazing.
So I haven't gotten to that point yet. But I go on there and I come across this one girl who her very first thing is something about like, you know, respecting Christian values and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, that's pretty cool because I do want to find somebody who shares the same religious values that I do, you know. You know, big fan of Jesus here. You know.
Yeah.
Mentioned that numerous times. And so I was talking to this girl and she has these questions on her main page that ask how do you believe a person gets into heaven? And what's your favorite photo of mine? Whatever, you know, off her page. So I sent her which photo I did like, which was the cute duck face that she does because cute duck faces are adorable. Whatevs.
All right.
Yeah. But I told her when she asked like how a person gets into heaven, I threw out the generic right answer of through Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not wrong there.
No, that's pretty generic.
So,
it's a solid basic answer.
Yeah. And it's simple. That's the thing about it. You want to get into heaven? Get through Jesus Christ. It's that easy. It's not a difficult thing. You know, there's no secret password. There's no hidden knocks. Just through Jesus.
Yep. There are some people. You're probably about to get into it.
Yeah. So, so I said I recently visited a new church. I'm just going to read you the messages that we had. The parts of them. Anyways, I recently visited a new church last Sunday to see if I'd like it, and I think it's going to be my new church. Now, this is me.
Yeah.
I went to a new church here in town. I wanted to try it out. I would go to your church, Joe, but it's so far away.
Oh, I know. I get it.
So I went to this church. It's more contemporary, which I found out that's what it's called. I kept saying modern for years, but apparently it's called contemporary.
Yeah. I just knew what you meant, so I never bothered to correct you.
Well, I appreciate that, Joe.
Yeah, I figured it's close enough.
Haven't gone there a long time, and I didn't realize how much I actually missed the community church offers, which is true.
Yeah.
I've always been very adamant in telling people, like, you don't need church to believe in God or to praise God, but it is nice to have the church because of the community.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I never tell anybody that, you're a horrible Christian if you don't go to church. You're not. If you need it, it's there. That's why.
Right.
It's like a Kleenex for a sneeze.
Yeah.
It's there. You can use your sleeve or get a tissue. Go to church. Then she asked me, what about serving the church, though? And not just being a consumer. So I'm assuming when she says that, she means, what about actually doing something involved in the church, not just going to church?
Yeah, like being the church as opposed to going to church. Yeah.
So I put, at this point, being there to worship is the extent of my involvement. My current work schedule doesn't leave a lot of opportunities for much else. I work every other weekend. I can't make it to church every Sunday. I can only go every other Sunday. And plus, it bounces around back and forth. So if they do something like, hey, we do something every Thursday night, well, I work every other Thursday night. Hey, we're doing something Monday. Well, I work every other Monday. Shit like that. So my schedule doesn't really allow me to do certain extracurricular activities that I would like to do.
Right.
I'm hoping that changes in July when I have a normal work schedule and I get more involved and see where I could be a part of the church. I just don't want to make any commitments to anything until I know for certain I can honor it, which I think is admirable of me. I think that's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
And she put, oh, okay. And I said, yeah, besides, there's no pressure to serve the church. Being there is what's most important. And lending a helping hand is just a bonus. And that's how I feel. I feel like just because I go to church doesn't mean I have to be involved in it. It's just being there. You know?
Yeah.
Giving a contribution, whatever like that. I mean, Joe, you work where you work. You work for who you work. I mean, isn't it just like pleasing to know that people are there, regardless if they're, working in the church in some aspect or not?
I mean, yes. Short answer, yes.
Yeah.
I've got a very small congregation,
Mm-hmm.
and some Sundays I have to bring 100% of the energy to a room with only 3 people in it, and it's a room that can fill, standing room only is 351 people,
Yeah.
So yeah, if we had 40 people and they only showed up on Sundays, I could live with that at this point. Now, granted, I do think that ultimately the point of the church is to do good for your community.
Yes.
And banding together to do that is the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I would absolutely take butts and seats.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I thought I was trying to get through to her, as far as, because she goes on about some other stuff here in a minute.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things, it's like I mentioned to her, it's like my work schedule would not allow me to have a commitment. It's not like I can tell work, hey, I'm sorry that I'm the only person that can work the job I'm doing, but I'm going to need to take off Thursday because of men's Bible study. They're not going to go for that. And the thing is, like, if I do something for the church, if I make a commitment to the church to volunteer, to help out with something, whatever, I want to make absolutely certain that I could give 110% to that. Like, I don't want to go to a Bible study every other week. I'd like to go to the Bible studies they do. I'd like to, interact with people, be involved in it, not miss anything.
It's a like you want your yes to be yes and your no to be no. You don't want to be wishy-washy.
Exactly. I don't want to sit there and tell them, like, oh, hey, we do this, and this. If you want help, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can probably help on this day, but I can't because I got to work this day. But I know this day is the most important day, but I got to work, but I can help you on the other. No, it's like, no, I want to be involved if I'm going to be involved.
Right. Yeah.
So she responds back to, we don't grow in the church unless we output as well. Being there is just a consumptive act. Yeah. In the book of Acts, everyone has a role to contribute for the body. You don't grow if you don't do ministry of some sort to the body of Christ and just show up to church as a consumer. So I just responded to her, like, everything is taken one step at a time. Too much at once becomes overwhelming. So
yeah.
Haven't heard back from her since. I doubt I'm going to.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have worked out anyways, even if we did meet up, go on a date and everything, because I think her love of church is a little too intense for me. But
sounds like it.
I mean, the last part there, about Axe and all that other shit. Not the body spray, obviously.
Right. Act,
In the,
ACTS.
yeah. In the Book of Acts, everything had a role and contribute to the body. You don't grow if you don't do ministry of some sort to the body of Christ and just show up the church as a consumer. I hate that she calls it a consumer.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of that word. Because that seems like, you're trying to poke something. I'm not a big fan. I don't know why she uses the word consumer when she talks about somebody who goes to church. Maybe that's the proper term. I don't know. But to me, it just seems like a negative dig at somebody.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely is. I'm not gonna say it's not.
Okay.
And my guess is that it's probably the language her pastor uses in his sermons. And I'm assuming she goes to a church with a he as the pastor, just because of the language she's using. I don't know, feel like I can tell. But yeah, and and I get it, because that's one of my big frustrations too as a pastor is I am very frustrated with people, and this is not people who are just visiting or becoming part of the community for the first time, or the first time in a long time. That's different. But people who have committed themselves, who have said, I'm a member of this church and I'm showing up, I'm going to things. That's where I want to use the word consumer, because that's where I get frustrated, where I'm like, why are you here? Yeah. If you just want an 18-minute TED Talk, stay the fuck home and watch an 18-minute TED Talk. We have shit to do. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to sing, if you don't want to do the Psalms, if you don't want to listen to the scripture reading, if you don't want to do this, if you don't want to do that, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean, it's like one of the things, like, you don't want the person who sits in the back of the room that says, hey, listen, I went to church today, I'm a good fucking person. You want, right. and like I said, like, I get where she's coming from as far as being involved in the church. But you would think she'd have a little more understanding when I literally just said, I just visited a church for the first time. I'm just new getting back to church. When July comes around,
I'm not sure I want to be part of this church yet. I just started going back.
Yeah, and that was the thing too. Like when I went and I went with my friend Dana, because she wanted to go to church too. Like, listen, I'm going on Sunday because I haven't been in a long time. My work schedule. I mean, I think I talked about it on this show. My work schedule since January has been hell. December I was laid up, and it's just this whole work schedule thing just sucked. Yeah. And the fact that I'm stuck here for another month, because certain people at a certain company that I'm contracted to work at, not the company I'm hired by, but the company I'm contracted to work at, that they're so incompetent that they can't. I said this to Dr. Doug yesterday as we were talking, because we were talking about some conventions and stuff. That the one thing that pisses you off most about the situation I'm in right now is it's not the. Oh God! What the hell did I say?
Incompetence?
No. It's I said something that sounded genius when I said it, and I was like, I'm still gonna use it tomorrow. So it bothers me so much that they have all these ideas, but they don't have a plan.
Yeah.
So like when I'm told in mid-April that I'm gonna be there for 6 weeks and then I'm out, my idea. Next week this week I'm in right now, it's my last week. I'm out, I'm done, I'm finished, good. But then when I'm told last week, when I ask, hey, listen, next week's the last week, right? They're like, oh no, we need you here another month, because the person that they hired to replace me, who doesn't know what the hell they're doing for the job that I've been doing for a year and a half, still needs to be trained, because he wasn't quite ready to come in April, so we're going to let him come up in May, which is fine. Right. Hey, let him dictate whenever he shows up. Oh, his first day is the day after Memorial Day weekend? Goody for him. Awesome.
Right, what a coincidence.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a reason that happened. Not my place to speculate, but I know what it is. But the fact that I now I honestly have no control of my life when it pertains to work at this moment. I am literally, not saying this in an exaggerated way, but literally the only person that is able to do my job. Mm-hmm. I am it. I can't take a sick day. I can't get in a car accident. I gotta pray that nobody T-bones me because of their ignorance on the way into work. My car can't break down. Nobody could fucking die. Because if God forbid I lose a family member and say, hey, listen, I'm going to need some bereavement time because so-and-so passed away and their wake happens to be this Friday when I'm supposed to work. All I'm going to hear is, well, who's going to cover your shift?
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think Uncle David's and cousin Deanna's funeral is June 10th.
Who are you talking about?
Grandma Dee's brother, David.
I'm trying to remember. I wish I remembered if I heard about that.
Yeah.
I don't think I heard about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I found out about it secondhand also.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I knew about that.
I'm doing the service, and no one from that side of the family has talked to me about it, and I have no idea what the plan is.
Oh, fuck. There's a good chance I heard about that, but I don't think I did.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know about Deanna's. I mean, it'll be all together, but I don't know if she's being buried with him. But I'm pretty sure he's getting buried down at the Veterans Memorial.
Wait, hold on a second. 2 people died?
Yeah. Deanna died around Christmas time.
Okay.
And then Uncle David died a couple months later.
Okay, and they're being buried at what, Lincoln Cemetery?
I think so.
Okay. June 10th. I'll have to look. June 10th.
Sorry, listeners, for your looking at your family life here. But it just occurred to me. I was like, oh yeah, hey, by the way.
Yeah.
Speaking of a funeral that's probably on a Friday.
Yeah. Perfect example. It is a Friday, and I do work. So awesome. See, shit like that, and because it's what a stepfather's mother's brother, they don't.
Right.
That's another thing that we talked about at work that I fucking hate, is that work gets to dictate who is important to you as far as bereavement. There's somebody at my work, not going to say who, not going to say where, not going to say what. Somebody at my work has a family member who passed away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The particular family member, since it's not immediate family, doesn't fall into their bereavement package and shit. And I think that's absolutely fucking stupid, how a company gets to dictate what you get bereavement for based on the relativeness to the family member. Parents, siblings, okay, get it. Husband, wife, perfect, whatever. Cousins, aunts, uncles, well, they get to decide that. But what if you were raised by your aunt? I mean, what if your mom was some drugged out shitbag who abandoned you the moment you were born, and your aunt took you in, and all of a sudden that aunt who raised you from a baby ends up passing away, but because it's not your mother, it's maddening, and it pisses me off to think that a company.
And some people think that that's freedom, to be told what to do by a company.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just the one company. Keep in mind it's several different companies. Everyone has their own version of who is covered by bereavement, and I think that's an absolute joke. If you have a cousin that if your aunt took you in and you grew up with a cousin as a brother or as a sister in your mind, but they're just legally a cousin, and they up dying and stuff. You get the time off from work, I'm sure they might give it to you, but it's going to be unpaid, or you have to take a personal day because bereavement won't cover that. And I think that's a joke. I think family, regardless of what they are, if it's blood or marriage, family is family, and they should. Now, I get it, a fifth cousin you've never met before, yeah, maybe. But I think anyone who has any direct relation to somebody that you're close to, like aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, great-grandparents, siblings, second cousins, shit like that, you should be able to have bereavement. Hell, I believe that if you've been in a relationship with somebody for a decade, not married, but a girlfriend of 10 years, I think they should fall under bereavement. I know common law isn't a thing in Illinois anymore, but I think they should fall under bereavement. If you have a child with somebody that you're close to, I think that should fall under bereavement.
Yeah.
But no one ever wants to do that because they don't want to pay out more than they actually have to.
Yep.
But anyway, so everything that what it comes down to is it's just really hard to make commitments to doing this shit when I don't even know when my last day is. I was told first week of June. Now it's the last week of June. It's June 30th. But I don't even fucking know because they got 3 new hires who have to learn, get trained, and get signed off on the job. 2 of them maybe could get signed off after next week. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also dumb because in my mind, it's like, okay, you got this guy, this guy, this guy. You got 4 shifts. You got 3 people who are ready to go. Now, obviously, one of the new hires, the 4th guy, who isn't starting until today, technically, he has to be trained by one of the other guys. Okay, fine. So you have an open shift, but you do got 2 people who could cover that shift for you. The whole reason I'm getting removed from my job is because I'm a contractor and union people don't want contractors anymore. Fine.
Right.
Let me go.
Right.
Let me fly away. I will fucking leave.
Also, I thought I was unqualified for this job. Why do I got to stick around and wait for someone to be trained? I thought
100%. 100% unqualified. I don't have the proper education, and I'm not bubbly enough. No personality. But you know what? Well, we need you to cover the shift. I'm qualified enough to fill a spot, just not qualified enough to fill that spot through a union.
Yeah.
Ooh. But
ridiculous.
It's so fucking dumb.
All that to say, as a pastor, here's my opinion.
Yes.
If someone hasn't gone to church for a while and they start going to church again, to me, that is a commitment to growth. That is a step toward growth. You don't have to be committed any deeper than that until you move from participating, from being quote unquote a consumer, to being a member. If you join the church after that, then it's different. Your obligation is different once you have joined the church, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, and that was the thing too. It's like, and it's like I mentioned to go. Like, it's my first time going. I just decided on myself. I wasn't told I had to do this. No one mentioned it to me. I decided on my own one day at work while I was listening to, I can't remember if it was K-Love or Shine FM. I listened to both. Also great music, by the way. I don't think people give enough credit to Christian rock music as they should.
It's improved a lot.
Oh god, so much. I love it so much. I got a station on my Spotify for it. When I listen to it on Sundays. But I decided on my own. Like, I want to check out this church. This church seems like it might be the right fit for me. Like, you ever look at something, you just get like a good feeling in yourself where you're like, you know what, this may be it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, like, usually I get it for like, I don't know, sandwiches and cheeseburgers. Yeah. But like when I was looking up and, when I was looking up online and I was trying to figure out, like, do I want to go back to the church I went to with Derek's parents? I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, that church was awesome. It's an amazing church. I'm not going to take anything away from that church, but it's not my community. And nothing against that church. That church it's not that far. It's a 20-minute drive, whatever, but it's not Peatone. It's not my community. I want to be involved in people that I go, you know, I'm in town in. You know, that people I'm going to see on a regular basis. I was talking to my brother about running for the board of trustee for Peatone this year. Yeah. And I think that, you know, I don't know how relevant it is, but I mean, you got to put your face out into the community, you know, and this is a nice way to meet people through church, and, you know, they see what kind of person you are, and, you know, like, I know I'm a good person. I know I'm a good Christian, regardless of what this woman says. But I just needed that. I know I always needed that part of my life. I just never, like, if I'm going to do it, I want to give the time it deserves. I don't want to just be like, oh, I can make it today. Oh, I can make it today. Well, I can't make it today, but whatever. You know, because I know that if I keep skipping like that, if I go every other Sunday, eventually it's going to be like, well, you know what? I can at least watch it online. Fuck it. No, I want to be there. Mm-hmm. Because the moment I walked into that church, it wasn't like goosebumps. It felt like goosebumps, but they weren't goosebumps. There was a tingle. There was a tingle that ran through me. The moment I walked into that church, I felt comfortable. It almost felt like an at-home feeling. It was warm. It was so wonderful. Nice. The moment I sat down with Dana, I sat in the back because okay, I just kind of want to like sit in the back and kind of observe, because I guess it wasn't really a normal service for them. They had what do they call it? Somebody from Germany. I can't remember what they called it though. They had like a guest family from Germany or something like that.
Like a missionary or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a missionary family. Came over from Germany, and it was weird because I guess the first day I went was actually their last day there. So they're like, yeah, if you came next week, you would have caught a normal service. This one's going to be a little bit different and everything because it was mostly like them saying goodbye and recapping. I'm like, oh, that's fine. I just really want to get a feeling for what this church is because I do want to become a member of a new church because I've been a member of the Emmanuel Church of Christ for years, even though I never really went. I just became a member because friend did. I became a member of People's Church because I went with Derek's family. But I was like, being a member of a church and not going doesn't qualify as a member of the church.
Right.
You know, just because you get a gift bag, and shit doesn't really mean that you're actually part of the church. It's like, I know I want to.
Yeah, you want to be to steal some language from the Masons. You want to be a member in good standing.
Yeah, exactly. Masons. That's another thing I want to get more involved in. I want to go to more meetings. And
I got to
stuff.
get my dues paid so I can.
I
honestly transfer up here.
I've heard so much about the dues and everything. I'm like, listen, man, if I had the money, I'd pay it. Like, I honestly would. Like, it's getting to a certain point where, like, if I can save up a little money over X amount of years, I'll just pay the lifetime fucking membership.
Right.
To be done.
Yeah, if I pay the lifetime membership, can it wipe out the old ones? Is it retroactive?
God, I wish it'd be nice. but like the Masons, that's another thing I want to get more involved in. Like, if I'm a Mason, if I'm a member of this lodge, I should do more with it, and I want to. As soon as I can find more time. And hopefully, again, July happens. But as we were sitting there in the back of the church, I had 3 people come up to us. They all worked for the church. One, I think, one was the pastor. One was, I think, an admin. I think they call her an admin. And I think there's like an office manager or something like that. They all came up and they introduced themselves. That's how, how we are and everything. And told us, like, fill out the information cards, drop them off at the desk. We'll get you a little, like, welcome gift and everything. And, we'll just go from there. I'm like, awesome. That's very cool. And, fill out the card. I got a cool coffee mug and, chapstick and stuff. But they actually emailed me because they put in the card and they ask you why you want to be part of the church. And it's just, I told them, I was like, I just wanted to find that place I could go to that, that I didn't have to go, like work, or home. Like, I wanted to find some place that if I'm feeling stressed, if I'm feeling down, I know that I got something to look forward to that can surround me with people that, are welcoming. I want to find, I guess what I refer to as like a home.
Yeah.
And
you want a third place.
Yeah.
Is I think the sociological term nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what the mall used to be, or a bar. But not those things. Yeah.
Yeah, getaway. And it was cool because, they played their music, which, I mean, a lot of the songs they played, I heard them on, like, K-Love, Shine FM and stuff. So a lot of songs they were playing, I was able to sing along to. I mean, they did put the words up on the screen, but I was able to sing along to them without looking at it and everything, and it just felt so fucking peaceful. Nice. So the fact that this woman thinks that I'm not a good church person in a sense, or I'm just a consumer, just shows how quickly she is to judge somebody.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is very Christian-like.
No. Agreed. But I also think, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I agree. You nailed it right there, I think. Yeah. Judge not lest you be judged. How involved are you, ma'am?
Right. She makes it sound like she lives there. Like the way she was talking and stuff like that. And then there's other thing too, like I never read the Bible fully, never memorized, chapters and verses and stuff like that. I mean, great that she was able to go directly to Acts, to make her point, which I honestly believe that deep down, I can't confirm it, but I'm going to guess that the only reason she knew to say that is because I wasn't the first person she had this conversation with.
No, she's probably doing like missional dating.
Ooh. Is that like she's just talking to people to get more members to the church?
Yeah.
I believe that. 100% involved in that. Joe, anyways, okay, that's enough of that. Because we just dived into like half of our show talking about Jesus.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But it was also pertaining to my failed dating, which I don't want to talk about anymore.
Yeah. I hear you.
Other than that, you good?
Yeah. Recovering from the Rona, of course.
Mm.
But doing pretty well. Looking forward to exercising or something.
Exercise or something.
Yeah. I don't know what the or something would be, but I'm tired of so a lot of what have if you had COVID, if you're listening, if you had COVID, a lot of like the early advice in 2020 and 2021 was you got to like work out really hard when you got it, and that's going to help you get through it. And then the later advice, the more recent advice is actually you don't want to work out because it's such an inflammatory disease that you don't want to increase the inflammation in your system. So you really should just chillax and do nothing for like a week. And so that's the advice I followed. And it was great for the first like 3 days.
Yeah.
But now I'm on day 7 and I am so restless because I'm better,
Yeah.
And it's just like, even if it's just a walk today that I got to go on, I got to do something. I got to get out of the house.
Yeah. Well, I think resting the beginning, I think that's going to be way more important because when you have something like COVID, and I never had COVID, but when you have something like COVID, I'm guessing, pertaining to an upper respiratory infection, being hard to breathe, why would you want to go out and, take a quick jog day 1 when you know you're going to struggle breathing?
Right. No, I'm with you. But that's what even what's his name? Chris Cuomo, when he got it, he was talking about how like he was quarantined in his basement and he was like on the exercise bike and the treadmill, just trying to like burn the disease through his system. And but I don't think it worked for the original strains. But
they thought that worked, or did it work? Like they just sweated it out of them.
That's what they thought worked. The new I don't know if the virus has changed over time or just the data has gotten better.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new thing is like, don't fucking do that. You'll get a heart attack and die. Like there's a chance you'll develop blood clots, and if you try to ride a bike or run while you've got this, you might throw a clot into your lungs.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like, I don't want to do that. I'll just lay still for a few days.
God, that's insane.
Which works great. I mean, I slept. You know our family.
Yep.
We're not big sleepers.
No. Who needs sleep?
I slept probably 8 to 10 hours a night, and then a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day, every day for the first 3 days. Which is just, to me, like that's just an indication of how sick I was.
Have you ever now, outside of being sick, outside of just being like just plain old exhausted in the middle of the day, but have you ever, as an adult, was just sitting there watching TV, finishing up a snack where everything's done, like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go take a nap. Not because I'm tired, not because I'm sick, just because I feel like taking a nap at like 2 p.m.
No, never just because I feel like it.
Try it. It's wonderful.
Is it awesome?
There were times like where like I'll sit there and I'll watch TV while I'll doze off on my couch and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was like one day where I was just watching TV. I was like, okay, there's nothing on TV. I got all my work done, chore wise and everything. I literally have nothing to do right now. I can sit here and maybe like throw on some streaming apps, watch some Netflix or Hulu or whatever. But you know what? I'm going to literally go upstairs, lay down in my bed, and just take a nap. And let me tell you, the difference in that compared to just dozing off on a couch, completely fucking different. It's euphoric, man.
Really? All right. Well, I'm sold. Next time I'm just tired like that, I'll go lay in bed.
It just changes everything. Just in your clothes, on top of the fucking comforter, just laying there, just dozed out.
Nice.
It's a game changer. Speaking of game changers,
we
all know Jurassic World Dominion is coming out next Thursday? Technically Friday, but Thursday. Fast. Yeah, it's coming up right around the corner next week. Dang. So to celebrate the beginning of Jurassic World coming out with some dinosaurs, CarterComics.com has sent us the comic of the week, which is Devil Dinosaur number 2, graded at a 5.0. War with the Spider God.
All right.
Synopsis for Devil Dinosaur to Devil's War. After nearly falling for the trap set by the killer folk, Devil Dinosaur crashes into the spikes, using his momentum and immense weight to break them without damaging himself. As Seven Scars' plan failed, he resorts to his backup and buries Devil Dinosaur in a mountain of rubble. He gets the killer folk to drop on him. That's so weird. Presuming Devil dead, Seven Scars take Moon Boy captive and take him to the Cave of Long Legs as a sacrifice. When they leave, Devil manages to free himself from the rubble. Exhausted but alive, but before he gets time to recover, he is attacked by... Anyway, I'm not going to read anymore. Okay, so it's a comic about a Devil Dinosaur. Let's see here. Marvel Comic Group. In an age of monsters, he was the mightiest of all. Devil Dinosaur. War with Spider God.
All right.
It's a thing. It's a thing. That's the beautiful thing about comics, man. There's comics about fucking everything. Apparently,
sounds like I forgot the word I was going to say. Silver Age. Your Silver Age comic.
Yeah. I will tell you this though, Joe. Looking at Devil Dinosaur here on the front cover of this comic, he looks a lot like Riptar.
Yeah, but red.
Is that red? I'm colorblind. Is that red?
Pretty sure.
Oh yeah, look at that. I gotta do zoom in. Yeah. Wasn't there a red Riptar? Wasn't there like a anti-Riptar?
I actually don't know.
For those of you who don't know
Sounds
what
like
Riptar is, it was a Godzilla-like dinosaur in Rugrats. I could have sworn there was a second Riptar that like Chucky I think had one and Tommy had the other or something like that. There was like another colored Riptar. I just can't remember what it was. Yeah. Anyways, this is currently available at CarterComics.com for $56. But if you use our promo code FREAKNET, that's FREAKNET, you'll save 10% on this purchase. So $56 now turns into $51. It's math.
Nice.
Yeah. But don't just stop at one comic. Buy a plethora, a cornucopia, a bountiful amount, a lot of comics from CarterComics.com because the more you spend, the more you save. But if you're not a big fan of just buying comics outlet, you want to do something, were you about to say something, Joe?
Nope, I was just agreeing.
Oh, okay, cool. If you're not a big fan of just buying comics outright, do you want to have the bidding wars that eBay offers? Well, if you go to CarterComics.com, go to their homepage, scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll find 4 links of 4 different eBay accounts that they currently own. And you can check out all of their comics that are available on all 4 and place your bids, and who knows, maybe you'll win one through the bidding process. But you can also buy them outright there as well, or negotiate a price and see if they will accept anything fair. Don't be a dick and lowball them because, you know, they're fair people and you should be a fair person too. If you go through their website or their eBay channels and you see that there isn't a comic that you wanted, maybe they have it because they have a lot of inventory currently that just isn't released as of yet. Reach out to them, message them, say, hey, listen, I'm looking for a certain kind of comic. Do you happen to have it? They'll see if they have it because they have both raw and graded. So for those collectors who just want to display them, or for the avid reader of comics, they can accommodate both. Go to CarterComics.com, check them out, buy some comics, use the promo code FREAKNET, that's FREAKNET, save yourself 10% on your entire order of comics, because, hey, why the hell not?
Ooh, I like that. That was a good ending.
Right.
So, hey, Travis.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
You know, I know that you like reading comic books.
I do.
Generally speaking.
I do.
Who doesn't, right?
Everyone
But what
does.
if I told you there was a way that you could have your comic books read to you by a professional reader?
I think you'd be lying to me, Joe.
No, I'd be telling you the truth, man. You should head over to audibletrial.com/freaknet and sign up for a free trial of Audible, where you can experience just what I described.
audibletrial.com/freaknet?
Yeah, you get a free 30-day trial and a credit towards your first audiobook purchase that you could ostensibly use to pick up a comic book that will be read to you by a narrator.
So you're telling me I could go to audibletrial.com/freaknet right now. I could sign up for a free trial for the next 30 days. Plus, I don't even have to buy my own book. I can just get the first one absolutely free with a credit.
That's absolutely correct. You can go there. You go to audibletrial.com/freaknet. You support the show, and you get a free trial.
But Joe, the thing is though, like as much as I love reading comics, as much as I love having comics read to me, I want to do more novel like. So I don't think Audible will work for me.
Oh no, they got that too. They got novels. They've got nonfiction. They've got podcasts. They got just about everything that you could want for narrative anything for that matter. You could even get an encyclopedia on there. I'm pretty sure.
Even novels.
audibletrial.com. Yeah, novels.
I'll have to check out audibletrial.com/freaknet. Check out that 30-day free trial.
Yeah.
Wow. That's how we do.
Yeah, that was a fun. I like that. Thanks for playing along.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Joe, what do you want to freaking bring back though?
What do I want to freaking bring back?
Yeah.
So I was thinking today that I can't remember the last time I had Pizza Hut. And so I was just checking to see if there was a Pizza Hut near me. And it turns out there is, which shocked me. I haven't seen a Pizza Hut in years. But there is one that actually would deliver to my house. And it got me thinking about what I actually like at Pizza Hut, which traditionally has been just about nothing. Not a big fan of Pizza Hut. But the things I do like are things that no longer exist at Pizza Hut. And so one of the things that I miss at Pizza Hut that I think they should bring back, maybe not right away, maybe there's a time and a place, and maybe it's a year from now or two, but they really need to bring back the Pizza Hut salad bar.
Mm.
You know when you order a pizza and you pay like an extra $3-4 and you get access to the salad bar.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. You could make a whole meal out of the salad bar.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird because I think I know Monaco's Pizza does it, Aurelio's does it, whatever. But I think pizza is the one that kind of showed people that salad and pizza actually do really go together.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm sure you've been to a Monaco's. I'm sure they don't just exist around me.
The Monaco's salad is one of my all-time favorite salads, let alone pizza place salads.
Right, they just come in a big ass bowl. They put it right in the middle of the table and stuff. It's the beginning before the pizza shows up.
Yep.
It's just there's no other place that I know of outside of them, maybe Aurelio's, where like it's almost like common norm to have salad with pizza. Like how often do you order a salad with the pizza? Like if you were to order from a pizza place.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
How common is it for you when you order a pizza for delivery to say, "Oh yeah, let me get a side salad"?
Oh, very rare.
Right?
Unless it's a place I know that has good salad.
Exactly. And Pizza was one of those places, and it was the variety was nuts too.
Yeah. All sorts. Basically, anything that you could put on a pizza, you could put on a salad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, normally, with me, when I make a salad, and it is not even the pizza salad bar, but any salad bar, because when we go to buffets and stuff like that, we would gorge, eat whatever we wanted. But for some reason, I don't remember ever being told to, but I always seem to have a salad at some point at a buffet. Don't know why. Being a kid, I would just figure I'd just fill my plate up with pizza slices and French fries and shit like that. But I'd always happen to get a salad from the salad bar. But I would do whatever I can to tower these fucking condiments or these toppings on top of it, almost like a Sunday bar kind of thing.
Oh, same.
Where I put black olives and pickles and pepperoncinis and onions and you have different kind of lettuce, whether you have the romaine and spinach, you get them both on there. Yeah, just cheese, fucking radishes, carrots, just tomatoes, everything just on top of it. So when you get back to the table, it's just this mound of shit. Now you never really finish it because you don't want to get full before you go have three plates of main course before dessert. Right. But I think
it's like a 3-course dessert.
Yeah. I think salad bars really, I don't know if it's pandemic related or whatever, really have gone by the wayside.
Yeah. I think they went in a lot of places. I know in Pizza Hut especially, they went away before the pandemic, and I don't think they're going to come back until the pandemic is well and truly gone.
Gotcha.
And by then, who knows? I mean, who really wants to go eat out at a Pizza Hut? Post pandemic.
Yeah. I don't know many people who want to sit inside a Pizza Hut to begin with anymore. They're almost kind of like, they're almost kind of like a pick up and leave kind of place. Like a lot of these Pizza Huts that are, I mean, I don't think they have a sit down Pizza Hut anymore. Everything is just like call up, order, pick up, and leave. Like a CC's or a Papa John's or a Domino's and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like you may find a Pizza Hut that may have like one or two tables with like one or two chairs added that like maybe somebody wants to quickly eat at or some shit, but
right, or like the employees or something.
Yeah, but if you want to sit down pizza restaurant, you're gonna have to go to, like I said, like a Monaco's or an Aurelio's, Giordano's and shit like that. Because I mean, fuck Tony's Pizza in Peatone right now. They shut down the dining room table because the dining room because of the pandemic. Really? They have yet to open it back up.
Yeah, good. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Good on them.
Yeah. Well, they're doing so well with just deliveries and stuff that they don't have to worry about it. They said like,
why would you want to pay? I mean, honestly, like if you're making really good money just on pickup and delivery, why would you want to pay to have that extra space that you have to clean and pay somebody to be in? I totally get it.
Yeah, and that's what it says. Like, and the thing is, like, because Tony's Pizza just got new owners, I think about a year ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they well, and this is weird too because I didn't know this, but. What the fuck was that? Is that a firework?
No, that was a door closing.
Oh, I was like, what the hell? Bottle rockets. So the owner now, who bought it from the previous owner, is somebody who worked at Tony's Pizza for like the last decade or so. So he sold it. Nice. He sold it to an employee. What I didn't know was that the previous owner of Tony's was also a former employee of the previous owner before him.
So it's like a Dread Pirate Roberts situation.
Maybe.
From the Princess Bride.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like handed down from employee to employee. They kept all.
I love that.
It's really awesome. They kept all the same recipes. Everything tastes exactly the same, no different. They've actually added items to the menu. They have these things called JJ Sticks. Well, I will take credit for them because I know it was my idea. Because there was this other pizza place in Peatone called VIP, and they had these things called Abbykins, which I think this girl named Abby came up with them, whatever. But basically, all it was pizza, but without red sauce, and it just had garlic butter. So it was a dough, cheese, garlic butter on top, almost like a cheese stick. So I told the new owner of Tony's, I'm like, you need to have something like that. Like, don't call them Abbykins, just have something like that. So not only did she do those, and now they're called JJ Sticks, but she went one step ahead and somehow turned that to blend that with a stuffed pizza.
Oh my God, this sounds incredible.
Yeah, so I haven't tried that yet. I really want to, but I have had the JJ Sticks, and they are phenomenal. I think they also came out with these potato spud bites or something like that. They're almost like potato balls. Those were pretty good. They're doing really well. And it's like she said, like eventually I'm going to open the dining room back up, but right now I don't have to staff it. We can just focus on deliveries, and we're doing well enough with that. So it's like, hey, good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
So salad bar. All that to say, salad bar from Pizza Hut. What about you? What would you bring back?
I slightly mentioned it last episode, but I really do miss the egg white delight that McDonald's used to have. Which, for those of you who don't know, they had the Egg McMuffin, which, is the Canadian bacon, the American cheese, and the round egg on the English muffin, where the Egg White Delight is Canadian bacon, white American cheese, egg whites on an English muffin. I don't know if you've ever had white American cheese. I'm assuming if you ever went to Subway, you had.
I love white American cheese.
So much better than yellow.
Yeah.
It is to me, like, I think it melts better. It's almost softer, like yellow cheese almost has like a manufactured taste to it, no matter how you get it. If it's in craft singles or whatever, it always tastes like it is sliced off of something that was definitely mass produced.
Yeah.
To where
it's cheese product, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so white American cheese, it feels like you cut it off a block of fucking cheese. It's softer. It literally, I made a sandwich the other day with salami and white American cheese. And as soon as I laid the white American cheese on top, it just almost looked like it was like already starting to kind of like melt slowly into the fucking sandwich. It didn't just sit there flat on top. It cascaded over the lunch meat of the fucking sandwich. And I love Egg McMuffins from McDonald's, but the Egg White Delight I just loved so much more. And I don't even think it was because of the Egg White, more so it was because of the white American cheese. But I do like the Egg White too, because the Egg White's kind of like laid flatter instead of that round puck of the egg round that offers there. Even the folded egg, it's just too thick. Like the Egg White Delight was a little bit flatter just because everything laid flatter. And they got rid of it in 2020, so I think it was due to the menu shrinkage during the pandemic. I don't see it being brought back. I'm sure you could just get an egg white thing if you wanted to from McDonald's, but they're not going to have the white American cheese, so it kind of loses all of it.
Yeah. I will say personally for me, respect the choice. I respect the flavor, but I also I really like the yellow American cheese at McDonald's specifically. Unlike an Egg McMuffin. Like that's one of the reasons I order an Egg McMuffin is I love their particular cheese product. I don't know what it is about it that does it for me. Maybe it's a nostalgia thing. Mm-hmm. But I just really enjoy it. But you know what? Probably part of it is that we never have American cheese in our house because my wife doesn't like it at all.
Really?
Yeah. And so it's just the guilty pleasure of being able to have what is essentially a Kraft single.
So what is do you have cheese at all, or you just have like like we have a drawer of arugula.
Well,
which is a lettuce, isn't it?
We do, yeah. We got a drawer of arugula.
Is arugula lettuce? Did I get that wrong?
I think it is technically its own plant, but it's used the same way that lettuce is used.
Okay, so let's go back to cheese because I definitely used the wrong thing. Asiago, that's what I meant.
Asiago. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about lettuce. I want to focus on cheese. Yeah,
gotcha.
Fuck arugula. Yeah. Let's talk about Asiago.
I actually don't think we've had Asiago in a long time, but yeah, we go to Aldi and we get their sliced cheeses, which is great. I mean, I'm not complaining about having a cheese drawer full of like Havarti and Gouda and sharp cheddar and what else do we get? Provolone. Like all those things are fantastic, and I love cheese. Any kind of cheese, I'm into it. But sometimes you just want a good old fashioned American Kraft single. And we don't keep it in the house because I'd be the only person who eats it. And even though I don't think it technically ever goes bad, you know, at a certain point, I don't want things in my house that can't go bad.
Is it weird that I had the same feeling when it comes to like Velveeta?
No, I totally get it.
Like even though it's cheese, it doesn't have to be put in the fridge.
Yeah, it's just not right. It needs to go in the fridge.
It's the damnedest thing. It's like you just listed off so many good, available, tasty cheeses that melts better because it's not processed like American cheese. And yet, there's always that it has to be nostalgia. It's like, to me, I think Velveeta shells and cheese 10 times better than regular Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Completely agree.
But there's always a moment where you kind of miss the Kraft mac and cheese. And it has to be nostalgia.
There's something about that blue box that's just, I think you're right. I think it is nostalgia. I also think it's scientifically devised to be perfect in every way.
Do you ever make grilled cheese with your fancy cheeses?
Oh, yeah.
Which one makes the best grilled cheese?
My personal favorite is, so you use a Gouda for flavor.
Okay.
I'll do a Gouda and Havarti for flavor, and then I'll put a slice of provolone on there for melting.
Gotcha. Now, what do you use on the outside of the bread?
I just use butter.
Have you ever tried mayo?
I have.
And?
I prefer the butter.
Why? You're a liar.
I honestly don't know why. I just do.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'll get a taste for the mayo. But yeah, usually just butter is fine. So I think because it ends up tasting basically the same to me, and the mayo takes more effort.
Wait, how does mayo take more effort than butter?
It's messier. So what I could do is I can take and I can plop a thing of butter in the middle of the pan, so I only have to butter one side of bread.
Okay, well, yeah.
It gives me
Okay.
butter on my fingers, but if I did the mayonnaise, then I get mayonnaise all over my hands.
Well, see, what I do is I get everything together. I'll mayo one side of the bread, and I'll put that directly into the pan. And then I'll top all the cheese and stuff onto that piece of bread, and then I'll mayo the other piece of bread, and I'll put that on top.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So you throw butter into a pan, and then take an unbuttered piece of bread, put it into the pan,
Yeah.
and put everything on top of it, and then butter another piece and put it on top.
Yep.
Huh. I started air frying sandwiches, so it's a game changer.
Oh,
no more pans. Yeah, it's heaven.
Oh, see now, I think if I had an air fryer, I probably would use mayonnaise more often.
Yeah, dude, get an air fryer. It's a game changer. I fucking literally, I just found a recipe online where I could take my low carb tortilla wraps and make pizzas out of them in the air fryer.
Oh, nice.
Like little personalized food. All I do is put on some low carb marinara sauce or Alfredo, because I'm going to make some chicken up here later. No, I'll probably do it tomorrow. Now, maybe this weekend. I'm going to grill some chicken so I can start making little personalized chicken Alfredo pizzas with my low carb tortilla wraps. Or I can just use the low carb giardiniera marinara sauce I have with some mozzarella cheese. But it takes 4 minutes in the air fryer, and then boom, it's just a small little personal pizza that's right there. Or I'll take my keto bread, throw some salami and cheese and banana peppers on it, and toss that in the air fryer for like 6 minutes, and then boom, now I got a crispy salami cheese sandwich.
Nice. This sounds delicious.
Dude, this air fryer, fucking game changer. I highly recommend it.
That's what everybody says. I just got to figure out where I would put it because I don't have a lot of counter space.
Yeah, it's one of those things and you have to determine how much. If you're going to use it a lot, you definitely got to determine counter space. If you think you're just going to use it and want to put it away in between, then yeah, you're going to have to find like cabinet space. But I mean, I got a decent sized one that it has like it's almost like a toaster oven kind of thing.
Right.
I love it. I got my old one. If you want it, you can have it. I was just going to sell it in the garage sale. So I mean, it's a smaller one. I mean, it has like the drawer that you put the stuff in. So if you want it, it's yours. If not, I'm gonna sell it in the garage sale because I gotta get rid of it because I don't need two because the new one I have is. But oh man, air fryers are amazing, man.
Oh, nice. I'll think about it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But now I do have another answer to your question of what I put on the outside of a grilled cheese.
Go for it.
One thing that my wife introduced me to that is a real game changer for grilled cheese is once you've grilled your cheese. You take and you pick a jelly that pairs well with the cheese that you put on it, and you put it on one side of the bread. On the outside of the bread.
On the outside of the bread, okay.
Yeah. And it's really good.
Now, I just see like you're like Havarti and stuff like that. I can see the fruit jam blending with that.
Yeah.
I don't think you do that with a craft singles.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think there's a jam in the world that pairs well with a craft single.
Right? Yeah, Concord grape, maybe. That nasty. Oh my God. I got grape jelly for the first time in years at Aldi the other day.
Yeah.
Awful. Worst grape jelly I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I get grape jelly from my mom, man.
Yeah, well, I had it from her a couple of years ago, and it was wonderful. Yeah. And remembering that made me go, well, I'm here at Aldi, and I need jelly, and they're out of strawberry. I'll just get this. Worst mistake I've made in a long time.
Yeah, I think she's going to start making a bat of strawberries soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
God, her jam is my favorite.
It's so good.
Her jam is my jam.
You know what I haven't had in a while that I'm kind of missing?
What's that?
Orange marmalade.
Oh, I got a jar of that.
Yeah. I got it.
I remember last year around Christmas time, Maddie made macaron, the little French sandwich cookies.
Yeah.
And she did an orange and chocolate.
That does sound good. That sounds awesome.
With the orange marmalade. It was incredible.
Yeah. I just remember like when I was really young going to my grandma's house, my dad's mom and dad's house. Like whenever she make breakfast and stuff, she's like, do you want toast? And I was like, yeah. She's like, you want marmalade? And I was like, yeah, because it was so nostalgic. And she would make me she'd make me a cappuccino, which was just like, I don't know, like maybe a quarter cup of like decaf coffee, and then like she filled the rest of it with like milk, and it was like a cappuccino and shit. And I was like, well, that's cool. But God, I gotta get some marmalade. Mm. Oh, nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, what are you freaking thinking about though?
Oh, now I'm freaking thinking about marmalade. No.
Oh, did you ever make a grilled PB&J yet?
Grilled PB and like make a PB and J and then fry it.
Well, like you're making a grilled cheese instead of cheese, it's peanut butter and jelly. Remember we talked about on the live stream with the girl that lives in the country that they shit in the streets.
Oh yeah, no, that's one of my favorite. I've made that for years.
Okay, I wasn't quite sure. I don't remember that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We talk about so much here on the show, Joe.
Yeah, that's fair. We do. That's one of my favorite things. I've also done that, but stuck a piece of cheese in the middle. Oh, okay. And once again, tried to pair my cheese to the jam. So good.
Oh God, Carl. What are you freaking thinking about? God damn it.
I am freaking thinking about. Gosh, there are so many good TV shows that have just suddenly come back in the last week, or started for the first time. So we'll be talking about it on Geekcast Live, I think this week. But Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix was fantastic. The new season that just came out was really, really good. Obi-Wan on Disney Plus. Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatever. I wish they just called it Kenobi or Obi-Wan. I don't know why they named it his whole name. But I'm not a marketing guy, so whatever. But the first 2 episodes of that show dropped last Friday. Really good. Stranger Things season 4 just started, and Maddie and I started watching that. We're two episodes in, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I guess it's TV in general, which is a weird place to be. Haven't been geeking on TV in a while. Feels like.
That's cool. Well, I mean, with being down and out and shit, you got time to like really catch up on things.
Yeah. So yeah, what about you? What are you freaking thinking about?
I was actually reading an article about Warner Brothers having the new CEO of Warner Brothers having an issue with Clint Eastwood, because he came out with that movie recently, the Cry Mancho, whatever movie.
Oh yeah, all right.
And the CEO is kind of pissed because he found out that the only reason that movie was made was because it was Clint Eastwood. Like, no one believed that the movie was going to do good, which it didn't. I think it had a budget of like $30 million, and it only grossed like 15 at the box office. Mm-hmm. So no executive at Warner Brothers thought that the movie was going to do great in theaters. The only reason they did it is because, one, it's Clint Eastwood, and two, he had a lot of great movies like Dirty Harry, $1 Million Baby, Unforgiven, the Westerns. Like, just because of who he was is why executives at Warner Bros. Allowed him to make the movie that he did. And I guess this new executive at Warner Brothers said, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. He's pissed that they allowed that to happen. And there's a worry that he may cut ties with Clint Eastwood because of it. And there's also speculation, like in the same article I read, that he wasn't happy that the last 2 Mythical Beast movies didn't do that great.
Oh yeah, they were terrible.
So there may not be a 4th one of those,
which is wild because it was going to be 5.
Yeah, I guess this guy has like a no nonsense policy. Like, we're not in the show friends, we're in the show business. So I can understand where he's coming from. I mean, like, it's $15 million fucking dollars. I mean, granted, compared to Warner Brothers, it's probably fucking nothing, but it's still money. It's just weird to think, like, what's the loss of $15 million to, allow Clint Eastwood to make a movie? It's Clint fucking Eastwood.
Yeah.
So it's goofy, but no, I've just been thinking a lot about the fact that, if it's a possibility, Clint Eastwood's getting up there in age. He's in his like early 90s or mid 90s or some shit like that. So I know that he's not going to be in the film industry much longer. There's going to be a point where, I mean, at this point, I
he's
doubt
gotta not to be like crass, but he's got to die eventually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And doing this shit at 90, you know he's never going to fucking retire.
Right.
It's not going to come to a point where he's like, you know what? I think I've done this long enough. I'm just gonna, gonna enjoy
it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy my retirement. It's like there's nothing to retire to. Like you are literally beyond the end of your life at 90 fucking years old.
Right. Yeah.
It's just a fact of life. I had one person telling me, hey, realistically, if you think about it, your midlife crisis, or not midlife crisis, what the fuck is that? Like, middle age. Middle age. No, not middle age. Yeah. He's like, technically your middle age is right now. Most people live to like they're 70, 72.
Yeah.
So realistically, we're all well, not all of us, but I'm middle age, close to middle age. Maybe if I make it to fucking 70, or 66 technically, but whatever. So this fucking dude's 90 fucking years old, making movies, producing, directing, acting a little bit, which Gran Torino I think was supposed to be his last acting job. But it's Clint fucking Eastwood.
Yeah.
So
God, I gotta say, as a sidebar, Gran Torino is probably my favorite Clint Eastwood movie.
I love Gran Torino, but I don't like watching it because of the ending.
That's fair.
It just sucks to. I mean, well, fuck, it's been out long enough. It just sucks watching Eastwood die.
Yeah.
There's only 2 movies ever that Clint Eastwood dies, and Gran Torino is one of them. Yeah. I think Honky Tonk Man is the other one, but he doesn't technically die in the movie. He just dies at the end of it because he's a singing cowboy. I think he has cancer or something like that. All the rest of his movies, though, he never fucking dies. He's always the hero that comes out on top. And the fact that he is still the hero in Gran Torino and dies makes it a great fucking movie. Million Dollar Baby. Million Dollar Baby is a phenomenal fucking movie. Mm-hmm. Dude, fucking, he just pumps out great fucking movies. And that's why I think a lot of the executives are like, listen, yeah, maybe the movie was going to suck. We anticipated it to suck, but you know what? It's Clint fucking Eastwood. This guy just said no more of it. So I think he's like really like clamping down on shit, and I think Clint Eastwood's going to feel the effect of that. I think Mythical Beasts might feel the effect of that, but only time will tell. But yeah, no, I've been thinking about that a lot on, like what I mean, where's the cutoff on, just like saying, hey, listen, it's Clint fucking Eastwood, just let him be his, thing. So I've just been thinking about that. Clint Eastwood a lot lately too, so I just don't want to go through a moment like I know it's going to fucking happen.
Right.
People are dying. I mean, fucking Ray Liotta just died.
Yeah.
There has been a death. There's been at least one celebrity death a month so far this year. I think there was 2 in January. Maybe there wasn't one in like February or March or something like that. But I mean, Fred Ward died. I don't know if we talked about that one. Ray Liotta, Meatloaf. Dude, so many fucking people die. I know I post them all on our Facebook page where we put all of our shit. But yeah, I mean, like when I was going through, because I was trying to find something for Carter Comics, and I just kept thinking, like, holy shit! Like I forgot that all these fucking actors and shit died this year alone. Like Ray Liotta died in Puerto Rico last week, 67 years old. Not even technically that old. Fred Ward, 79. He died in May as well. You have Gilbert Gottfried died in April.
Right.
William Hurt died in March.
Wow.
I think the next one might have been Meatloaf. Nope, Louis Anderson. He died in January.
Louis Anderson. Dang, I forgot about that.
Meatloaf died in January. Bob Saget died in January. It's just, it means like all these people are just passing away. And Betty White died sometime. That was last year though, right?
I think it was like literally December 31st.
Yeah. Wasn't it like, it was like, it was close to her 100th birthday too, right?
Yeah.
So it's, eventually I know Clint Eastwood's gonna go. And, I'm just not ready for that. Him, Morgan Freeman. Not ready for either one.
Yeah. Or, what's his name? James Earl Jones is like 94.
Yeah. William Shatner's in his 90s.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Out of all the Star Trek people, I'm most ready for William Shatner to go.
Is it just because of the price line?
No, I don't know. He just aggravates me. There's something about him.
Oh, God. What about, how old is, Stewart?
He's not young.
He's got to be in his 80s, right?
Easily.
Yeah.
Born July 1940. Yeah, he's 81.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
God, you know who else is coming up? Sir Ian McKellen is in his 90s, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, shit, yeah. So many.
Oh, no, he's only 83. Never mind.
He just looks 90.
Yeah.
He just looks 90. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Every week our listeners can catch Cartoon Joe here on this freaking show. But if an hour of Cartoon Joe just isn't enough for our listeners on a weekly basis, where can they go?
If you need more Cartoon Joe, you can find me over the Geekcast Live podcast at violentpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
Perfect. Also a quick shout out to Sister Sherry. Today's her birthday as we're recording, so hopefully you have a good birthday. Make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching This Freaking Show, as well as listening to our shows when they are dropped on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Twitter FM, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Just search This Freaking Show, and it will be available to you when they're released. And you can find out when they're released just by going to our Facebook page, or maybe just subscribing and hit a notification bell somewhere. It's just possible. That's all I got, guys. As always, I am Travis C.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freaking Show. I'm out.